work on creating form and save the form data into the database. In this video I will share about how to retrieve the data from the database and show in our template. To work that functions, we need to create some files and folders. In hellos model, for this hello.php we work on this form. Now I will create a new PHP file for showing the data from the database. So let's give hellos.php, and for the views also let's create a new folder for hellos. This is the same as other view.html.php, and there will be a template folder, and there in the template there will be default.php. I shared about these file structures in previous videos, so I will not share everything about that. Now we have to write codes to show the data from the database. From this controller, the display function, save function. So now we are working on hellos, so I will change this to hellos. So this will show the hellos view, not hello view. And the next one is, what should we do? We should function add. This means in the template it is showing the data from the database, so there will not be form to fill. Like this, there will not be form, so I have to add the add method to create form, to show form, to add data. So I have to create this add method, and there it is equal factory get application app input. I have shared about these codes in previous videos, so I will not explain everything here. So this means if the add function will if the add function is called, it will show the view hello, not hellos. So parent display, save the file. After that, let's go to our model file hellos.php. Okay, let's create class hello model hellos, because our file name is hellos. So extends list model. can see the difference here. We extend form model. Here we are showing the data, so extend list model. There we create function. Let's create a constructor. Construct config equal array. Let's check if the config filter fields is empty. Config filter fields equal array name. There are two rows, name and detail, in our database. Parent construct is config. Okay, we have written the constructor function. After that, we have to create another function. Public function populate state and ordering equal null and direction equal null. Such we are writing to ordering and such functions. This dot get user state from request. This dot context dot filter dot search. Data search comma filter search. After that, write the codes. This dot set state filter dot search. Let's add this search value. Parent populate state ind ascending. We are ordering ind in ascending. Now we have to write another function also. So another function will be public function get list query. Here to connect with the database equal factory get container. We also wrote this code in the model. We also wrote database driver and the query equal db get query true. Tether the query select all, because we are selecting all the data from the table, so select all from db code name. Here we have to write our table name, so let's copy from here. This is our table name. If this get state filter dot search is not equal to empty, token equal dv code percentage dot db escape this dot get state filter dot search. Filter dot search and true. After that, the next code is such as equal to, let's give its array, and in this such as code name dot like token. This means we are filtering the search method. Such as equal $dv code name detail, also searching for detail dot like token. We are searching for the name and detail from the token, from the search token, and the query where dot implode or That means it will retrieve the data with or. That means if the such keywords is in the name or detail, it will retrieve the data. And let's close this. It will search for from the search query in the name and detail, and if the name or detail any is similar, it will return this value. And the next step is to order the query. So let's order query order db escape this get state list dot ordering with id. We are ordering with id. And the next one is ordering direction. So in dv escape this dot get state list dot direction. The list of the direction will be in ascending. We are ordering the values in ascending. And finally return this query. Now we have retrieved the data at search method, filter method, and now the next step is to write in view.html.php, and from there we have to write in default.php like previous pages. So this is html.php page. So trying to add this. Let's write a class hello view hellos extends base html view. From there we have to write function display. This all are the same as previous hello view.html.php equal null, and there we have to write this dot items equal to this get items, and this dot pagination equal this dot this get pagination. After that this state equal this get state, and now it is the same as previous at toolbar, and we have to create the toolbar function below, and parent display sorry, I forgot to add this base HTML like previously. So in view.html.php we have to add this and call this as base HTML view, and the next one is a toolbar. We have to create that function at toolbar. The toolbar helper, toolbar helper title hello list. We can give any, let's give hello list toolbar helper at new. This means there will be a new button. If we click on this, we will reach the page of the form from the previous video, and from there we can create our data and save in the database. So this means there is a button, add button, and there will be also edit list, edit button, hello.edit. And the next one is toolbar helper delete list, and there in delete there will be a modal box pop-up to ask are you sure to delete, like that. So are you sure, hello.delete. Here we have added the title, new button, edit button, delete button, and call this add new edit list delete list function. Now finally the last step is to write codes in default.php. So let's copy this, save this, and let's write code in default.php. The next step is we have to write the order and direction values for list order equal this escape this state get list dot ordering, and the next one is list direction. Let's give like this escape this dot state get list dot direction. After that, close the PHP tag. Now create the form, and the form action will be PHP echo. This method also described in the previous videos. So route index.php, and the option will be hello, our component name, and here we will give the equal to hello. We give this name, and let's close this as, and the PHP close tag. After that, method will be post method, and the name will be let's give admin form. For the ID also admin form. We have to import this. After that, write div code and give the IDs main container. This is the main container. And let's give this filter and the class will be btn toolbar. After that, filter search. Now we are working on creating such input works form. So let's filter search and btn group, and these are the classes, post css classes. So pull left, and the next one in this filter search, let's add import text, because the search text will be input text, and the name will be filter search, and the ID will be also filter search. We use this name in the previous models. We get this and the value from here, and search add on search methods. So filter search, and let the placeholder be search. After that, let's give class form control. And the value will be PHP echo this dot escape this state dot get the filter dot search value. After that, close the PHP tag, and close the div also. After that, let's create another div and give this btn group pull left also, and the button will be button submit, and this class will be btn tip, and the title let's give us php echo code text and let's give is j. This will come from language values filter submit. After that close this and let's add the icon for search. So I class equal icon search. Let's close this and the next step is here we have to add like this. So import CMS language text, so it will use from the language values. Let's create another button and this type will be button because it is not submitting the form, so button type button. And let's give the class as btn tip also, and let's give at the function when this button is click document dot get element by id filter search. The id we gave previously, so dot value, that input value equal this dot form. Here we are writing the JavaScript, this dot form dot submit. Let's close the form, let's close the button and let's add an icon for removing. So I dot icon remove. Now we have added the remove icon also, so search button, icon button. Now the next step is icon button, search button, remove button. After that this button will show above. After the buttons there will be a table of data, so let's create a table to show the data from the database. So table class table table stripe, and there will be header and there will be row, and at that row there will be th, and in the first row we are showing the id, so let's give this. And for the id in the row show not need many width match width, so let's give width equal 1%. let's give the class no center. Okay, we have created the id row, id column, and the next one is for the name. So let's give this also with 1%, and it is also the same as this. So let's copy and paste. In this column we should create the select box. If we want to edit or if we want to delete, we have to select first. So in this part, let's import the checkbox. Import to check box, and it name, let's give check all to girl, and the value equal empty, and title, let's give the title from the language values. So PHP echo and text. G global check all. Okay, after that close the PHP tag and on click that Joomla dot check all. This means there will be a checkbox in the title, in the heading part. If I click on this that checkbox, all the rows will be checked. So for this we are using the Joomla check all method. Check all this. Okay, after that we have created for the ID and for the checkbox. Now the next step is to create for the name and for the detail. So in the third column there will be the name. So I will copy this. Name will be a little more width, so I will give this like 20%. After that sorry, I wrote in the above, I have to write here. Now in the name section, let's write PHP echo HTML helper and grade dot sort. It will be name and list direction and list order that we created in the above. So, and close this PHP tag like this, copy this and do also for detail. Now we have created our table heading, and the next step is to create our table body and table footer. So let's create the footer first. Tfoot, there will be tr and td. Span for this like 4, and we are adding pagination in the footer. So PHP echo this pagination. If there are many data, it will show in pagination. So get list footer. This is for footer. So the next one is let's create table body. In the table body we have to show the data in looping, because there are many data, so we have to show in the loop format. So start with PHP let's work with for each loop this dot items as I. Let's give this as the name I as item. URL equal route index.php option equal our component name hello, and we give the cs hello and text equal edit, and kind equal item id. That means we are retrieving the each id with the route URL. Close this. Here we have retrieved the URL for each, and now let's show the data. Sorry, I have to close the PHP form, PHP tag. In this row, let's give the class as row PHP echo $i 2, and close this. After that, in the td class center, PHP echo HTML helper grade.id id. After that, in the next one, tt class equal left UHIF equal PHP echo URL. Here we retrieve the URL with each item ID, and we are redirecting to that URL. And this is PHP echo this dot escape $item dot item name. This comes from the loop items item name, and close the tag. And the next one is for the detail, tt class equal to Santa, and there will be PHP echo this dot escape the detail from the item from each loop. Close this. Now we have retrieved the data from each row, linking with the URL also. We have also added the headings, added the button for the search button, remove button, like that. We also added that. Now most of our course have finished. Now we have to run this, how it looks like. So let's try to run this here. Sorry, I have not to close this here. I have to close, since this is PHP code, right? And inside this, okay, now we have finished writing codes. Let's try to run. Let's go to our website and run this. I have to log in again. Now you can see the data showing from the database. We have two datas in the database. Let's try to look that. Let's look at our database. Here you can see there are only two data. So now we have successfully showing the data from the database. As we give in the controller to view the hellos, not hello. So now it is directly reach this page because we have added the hellos view in the controller. So now it is showing the, here you can see, we can also select this. Now we have added the select method there. Now the UI is a little damaged, we have to fix it also. In our case there are 4 heading row columns, but there are only 3 in the table body. That means ID is missing. We have to add the ID. Right, there are only 3 columns. So let's add a new class center and PHP echo. We have to add the ID plus 1 we are not directly adding the ID, we are adding 1 2 3 4 like this. For the looping starts with 0, so at with 1, so it will show from 1 to like that. Now our data is showing and the UI looks good. Let's try other things. For example, if I search Wick, only John Wick, that includes the word Wick show. So we added the search methods also. And the next one is, let's try, if I click on this, you can see all the rows will be selected. This is multi-select function. If I click on this, I have to edit and delete. I can do, but there is no edit and button working, so we need to add some codes for this also. Let's go to our file and write we have to add some hidden methods, not only for the select but also the form token, etc., form direction, form order, filter direction. For that I have to add some hidden types. Value will be null for this, and the next one is input hidden, and this will be box check, and the value will be 0. And the next one is input hidden, and the name is C, value hello. You will remember we use that C, and input hidden filter order, and this value will be echo list order that we created. and the next one will be import hidden filter order directory, and the value will be php echo alias duration that we created above. And the next last one, what we need to add is put hidden sorry, this is not input hidden, php echo html helper form dot token. This token was generated by Joomla form, and we check this token in previous pages. After that, let's try and run again. Let's click on one row. This is even not showing because there is also some issue. Let's try to look this. Let's try, this is related with the checkbox, so input type hidden names box and give box e-check, so box checks. And let's try to run again and click on one. Now the edit and delete buttons appear. We can't edit and delete right now because we haven't write the edit delete functions here, but the buttons appear. If I click on rows, I can edit it, I can delete it. In the next video I will share about how to editing this data by clicking on this edit button. So thank you very much for your attention.